30 years.
He was busy president. I didn't need it.
I don't need to breathe.
More along my lines.
You with it, I'm with it, then all the Patriots with it. Then they with the Patriots coming. For anything, say it's trying to fight, but it ain't about that. And I only got to come out of
So the numbers have reduced a lot, but they're still out here. So it looks like we must have had about 200 or more at one point. Now we're down below 100. Oh, yeah. How old is that one?
3.5.
3.5 months. It's pretty small. Yeah. The little ones are good. My littlest one that I've got, he's 22 years.
Oh wow.
So he does not have any grandkids yet. He's a Marine.
Wow.
Yeah. He's going to be a pilot.
Very cool.
So he's in flight school right now.
Yeah, that's great.
I got two other boys. They're 20. The youngest one's 22 and he's married now.
Okay.
So he got married kind of all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh. But no grandkids yet.
Well, that's yeah.
And I got my 24 and 26.
Okay. So what are you with? Because I saw you at the Menominee rally too the other night.
Yeah, I just filmed for myself.
You do for yourself, get your own little, like your own business kind of thing, and
I got my own business, but it's,
Patriot kind of
yeah,
stuff?
Patriot, yeah. So it's under Robert Marvin.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband is Scott. You interviewed him.
Yeah.
So
I've been to a lot of
put that out on your platform or something. Is that
Facebook, yeah. So it's Facebook. I'll put it on YouTube maybe.
okay?
Depends. If they tell me that there's a good clip, I've got some clips that go really wild.
Yeah.
So huge numbers, but more often than not, they won't be that much. But this main one won't be very much. But there's a couple of little nuggets in here that are really good.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. So, and the whole idea is you just got to get people talking about, there was a couple of people here who talked about good stuff, like talking about Title VII, talking about 1984.
Yeah.
Talking about Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Talking about like your husband's the host of this one.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about?
No, I don't want to talk. I'm camera shy.
Oh, you're talking right now.
I am?
Yeah.
No, don't put me on there.
Oh, okay. You don't want to talk official?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you've been talking pretty good.
Oh. I don't know.
Do you want to summarize like why? No, you don't. Okay. No,
No,
you don't want to.
shy.
Little pithy things are good.
Yeah, I know.
But we're just out here trying to support your cause.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
We don't want your husband to get fired.
No, that's what my worry is. We both work for 3M.
Oh, okay.
4 kids.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose our jobs.
No, but you guys could get, I've been helping people fight these on a legal basis too.
Yeah? Okay.
So we win, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, if something happens.
We'll win, but you have to that's like an insurance though, so
Yeah.
you have to get it before you get in trouble. So, but I'm helping a whole bunch of people on that.
Oh, sweet.
So it's not very expensive.
It's not expensive.
No.
Well,
But basically, the thing is, basically, you can fight these things because of medical exemptions, conscientious objection, conscientious, also for religious, And the other thing is, there's a lot of other things you can fight it on base too. It's just not really fair.
no.
You know, so.
Like I plan on retiring from here, you know. My husband and I had 18 years in, Scott's got 15.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like,
How close are you to retirement?
I think it's like 19 years away or something like that.
Sure.
I started really young.
Oh.
So.
All right.
But.
How many employees do they have here?
At this campus, I think there's 10,000.
Okay.
Worldwide, or
Worldwide's a couple 100,000.
Worldwide is, and then I think just in the U.S. there's 20 to 30,000 somewhere in there.
Oh, it's more.
Is there more than that?
I do engineering stuff.
Oh, okay.
I work on Decatur.
So how many are there in just the U.S.?
There's a lot of employees for 3M, hundreds of thousands, I think. You know, there's plants like this all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an electrical engineer. You know, so they hire me to do.
Okay.
I worked on a lot of 3M stuff. I've worked on a lot of 3M stuff that you can't talk about.
Yeah.
There's places you can't talk about. Yeah. So I do a lot of stuff like that. So 3M's a good company, but we don't want people to get fired. You know.
I want to stay here. I have my dream job right now. What I want to do.
Yeah.
I've worked my way to what I want to do, and now it's just like.
You and your husband don't want to get fired, and you guys want to have your family and everything. And
I got my sister works. I got the whole family.
The whole family works there.
Yep.
Oh.
My husband, my sister.
This is one of your 3 or 4?
That's
yours.
Baby.
Oh, sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
But you got 2 of them here,
I
right?
got 2 here, but I got 2 at school right now.
Okay.
2 boys.
All right.
Yeah, 4 kids.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the Let's Go Brandon? Oh, that's not what you're doing? Okay. Yeah. He was? Do you guys like that? I think that's kind of funny myself. It's kind of funny, right? The Let's Go Brandon?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. He was doing it.
Yeah.
Liberty over tyranny. Okay. I call my own shots.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm me.
Because you're you? You decide for yourself? Okay. You don't want the government to decide what you get?
Nope.
Okay. We were
I don't want those ham-fisted morons up there doing it either.
No.
They're selling their soul for $1 bill.
Yeah. Because at some point, if the government gets to decide one thing, what does the government do when they get this new power?
They never let it go. It gets builds and builds and builds.
Yep.
Who's John Galt? Atlas is shrugging.
That's right. Thank you. That's a good one. So 44 years together?
My wife and me, yep.
Okay. Well, you guys have been with 3M or just together for 44 years?
3M at 3M Outreach.
You're both married and been here that long? And they're talking about letting you go because of the...
Yep.
So how does that make you feel that you've been with 3M for 44 years, you and your wife, and they're talking about possibly letting you go because they are requiring you to get a shot?
Don't like it. Should have my choice. It's my body, my choice. You know, they were a good company to work for, but I don't believe them anymore. They're more about themselves than what they are about their employees, their workers. So, don't like it. Figured I retired from there, but not this soon.
No. All right. Thank you. So when Carol Levin came by, did you talk to them?
My wife and I did, yeah.
Because you guys would be a really good one.
Yeah. No, we were back there with him.
Yeah, because this is like one of the best stories that I hope Carol Evans talks about it.
Yeah, we'll see tonight. Yeah,
Yeah, because
his last name was Duff. I didn't know his first name.
well, Carol Evan did record you guys, and you guys got one of the most.
Back there, first up here, and he goes, let's go back there, and then he always does most of the talking on that.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes, you know. But you had a powerful little statement right there, you know. You've been with them for 44 years.
Yes, I'll have 24, and she's got 21.
Oh, that's how it is. Together is 22. Okay.
44 years together, yeah.
Yep.
It's a long time, yeah.
A lot of years with the company.
This really plays in with the choice. You know, we lost a granddaughter about 2.5 years ago from her 6 months vaccines.
Oh, vaccine injured? Death. So did you guys get part of that compensation plan at all, or did they give you nothing for that?
Her daughter's actually got a lawsuit.
Lawsuit? Yeah, sad. Which kind of vaccine was it that they got?
You'd have to ask my wife, but no, she's got a big lawsuit against NBC that was filed in Minnesota.
Oh.
3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Justice for Evie.
Okay.
Evie Clovis was her name.
Yeah.
That was
killed by.
Yeah. Well, she did all the tests, pathologist test, everything comes back.
Vaccine killed. Wow.
Everything comes back.
Wow.
NBC wrote a story that wasn't true.
Oh.
Defamation.
Defamation? Okay. All right.
So hopefully, we've been battling it, and hopefully she gets something out of it. You'll never get any peace and rest out of it.
No.
Have that. And she would have been free in August.
Wow. All right.
Sad.
Okay. Well, hopefully, thanks for talking to me. I hope it's on the TV because you guys had a good story there. So.
Wife did a good job speaking. So.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
No, she didn't, but she got told to be quiet. He became obnoxious.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Somebody that I think knew that got the vaccine, whatever, and so we're all like, medical freedom. We're not gonna have anybody harassing anybody in this backslide because it's they believe in medical freedom. They're here because they believe in that, whether they got vaxxed or unvaxxed, and that was the beginning of our group. We said that from the beginning. It's about medical freedom.
Because it's safe.
Yeah.
And that's what they are creating. They're trying to systematically eliminate
I'm
that
so
middle
grateful.
class of the state government. And so they have the people that are power control and the people that will comply. That's all. This is my wife.
That's your wife?
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you. You guys have been with 3M for a long time, over 20 years each.
Yep.
All right.
A lot of years.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of.
He was asking the vaccine 6 months.
You want to talk about your granddaughter?
Yes, she died 2.5 years ago from her 6 months vaccines. Specifically, it was the Pediarix vaccine. And she went to her well baby check, and in 36 hours she was dead. And so through the last 2.5 years, we've been part of medical health freedom groups in Minnesota and learning a lot about vaccines and connecting with a lot of families, thousands and thousands and thousands of families who have vaccine injured children.
And yours is vaccine killed.
Yes, deaths, yep.
Yeah.
And people should absolutely have the right to choose, because any medicine, any vaccine that has a side effect of death or injuries should be a personal choice. Always.
So how did they know that Eve was killed by the vaccine?
So a lot of people got on my daughter's side, and they did a lot of fundraising, and we had so the medical examiner in Minnesota would not do the testing. She believes in vaccines. She totally believed that isn't what it was. She did crappy testing. So she had a private neuropathologist out of the University of Missouri, I think it was, and he did a lot of, it's a super long story, he did a lot of testing, and he didn't get a lot of the samples he needed from the medical examiner. He needed more tissues, probably intentionally. She knew what she was sending and not sending, and she didn't send the certain part of the brain that he needed, the samples, and my daughter went back and forth with the medical examiner, and it came down to a letter where she said to my daughter, this is it, this is the last time I'm sending any samples. I'm aware of your desire to petition the vaccine court. And then she amended the death certificate and changed the death certificate. It's been a whole crazy thing. You go to justiceforev.org and you will hear the whole story. So she took the medical examiner to the medical board, and that went on a very long time. They had to, they actually hired a pathologist for that. And of course, it came out they couldn't take her license away because they didn't have quite enough evidence, and she would sue them. So
you're talking about the medical examiner?
Medical examiner.
Sure.
Yep. Quinn Strobel was her name.
But at some point, you got a doctor that indicated that based on a test.
He didn't quite finish his study, but he said to my daughter, with what he did study, he said it was the vaccines. They also had a pathologist from the University of Minnesota that went over all the same results and came up with the same result, but he couldn't put out any documentation because he worked with Quinn Strobel at certain points. And then she had the name of the third one is, I still think, private information, but he more went over all the results of that, and he also went over the whole pathology report and everything the medical examiner did, and showed what a terrible job that she did on it. And so
but all this stuff is on this website. Where's this located? Justice for Eve?
JusticeForEv.org. Yep.
Okay, so how do you just Justice for Evie with FOR and EVE?
EVEE.
2 E's.
Yep.
.org.
.org. Yep.
Okay.
She's blogged and documented her whole story.
She got the lawsuit going now.
Yep.
And that happened here in Minnesota?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And she was gaslighted so bad by the media and...
Is it your daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
By media and Facebook trolls and pharma trolls. I mean, huge, because she had a pretty large voice on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. And they were just trying to shut her down and she gets emails that says you killed your baby, you're a murderer. I mean, it's just been horrible. And the key thing is that NBC, so NBC, like the trashy NBC that writes trashy articles, this Brandy Zendrasny wrote this trashy article full of lies. She actually called the medical examiner, worked with the medical examiner, and got information from the medical examiner, and came out with this big lying article that went nationwide. And
so you have a lawsuit on that too.
She is suing NBC right now. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And that's like 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, sorry to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys won't get fired from your work. I would recommend you guys don't quit.
Yeah. No, we'll fill out.
Because what they want to do is they want you guys to choose to quit.
Yeah.
and then you're not even eligible for unemployment or anything.
Yeah.
You know, and realistically, you should. I think, in my opinion, you
We'll
should.
fill out our religious exemptions. We've been there too long not to.
Or conscientious objections.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard for them to not give you one of those.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're arguing that, for example, there's fetal tissues, there's fetal research and stuff involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
And let's just say that you don't believe in the idea of, you know, killing babies for my benefit. Right, you know, I was on an airplane trip from. I've been to China a lot of times. One of the trips I came back, there was a lady who was sitting right next to me, whose daughter or niece or whatever was a cheerleader and got her spine severed because of one of their stunts or whatever. And so she went to China and had a surgery done on her spine that partially connected it. And what they did was they harvested 200 babies, the olfactory cells from the nose, and they took those 200 babies, they took those cells and injected them into her spinal cord. And then what that did was it started to, you know, cause it to connect and partially restored her ability, you know, to feel her legs and stuff. And apparently she needed to have multiple surgeries. So and she was talking about that. And I'm one of those that loves the idea of fixing somebody's spinal cord and stuff, but really doesn't like the idea of killing 200 babies and harvesting their nasal tissue and injecting it into my back. You know, I would have a hard time. I basically wouldn't feel good even with the idea of, you know, the story about the puppies and stuff, the beagles. I'm one of those that doesn't feel that I should have the right to do something like that, you know. Even if there's a lot of value to it, you know, the idea of torturing stuff in the name of learning, you know. And there was one person, I don't know if it's one of you guys or not, but the Nuremberg stuff. But basically, that's the whole idea. Is we don't want horrible stuff going on. Yeah. There should be better ways to figure things out than by, you know, torturing puppies. Yeah. You know, and having them eaten alive by insects. Yes. You know.
Mass injecting the public with a EUA vaccine.
Yeah.
Just to test out.
Yeah.
Test it.
Yeah.
Test. Those people have no soul.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Cammie says it's just right there.
Just right there.
You know,
it's a lie.
Yeah, Cammie exaggerated a little bit.
Exaggerate?
Well, it's like, you know, a quarter mile at least.
Yeah, it's a little far.
Yeah, it's not that far, but you know, we got blisters still from that walk.
Yeah.
I'm not really wearing walking shoes.
Thank you guys for coming.
We had a lot of good speakers here today.
Yeah, we did.
They weren't exactly speakers, they were interviews, but...
Well, that's nice. You get to hear, people get to be heard.
So somebody left their sign here.
Oh, that's mine, because that's what was left at the mansion, so we don't...
This is what Cammie does with her signs.
Saturday at you're in my car, so...
You know what
I got a whole bunch of these. I got a whole bunch of these in my vehicle and markers. So when I show up, people want to make their own signs. I just put them all through.
I'm sure they forgot about it, but it's like, well, we don't litter, so I just grabbed the rest of the signs and I have them in my car. So I have a nice yard sign saying stop the man.
Yeah, we don't want to have garbage, you know.
No.
I wasn't happy with...
You know, they like...
One of our events, the people showed up to on our side and trashed the governor's residence. Basically TP'd it and silly string and all that kind of junk.
Like, you know what?
And I don't like that.
What size? But it's like, well,
Because I feel like it's my fault.
so I got some aqua signs.
So are you gonna pick up your stuff with your truck or something?
Yeah, my wife's coming.
Okay,
Jump
boss.
around and we'll just toss the things in. And
Okay. Otherwise, we'd have to haul this quite a ways. But you can drive on this, so
yeah, no, we'll just pull up, throw one in, pull up, throw one in.
okay.
Who was the one lady running for mayor?
She was good.
What was her name?
It's on my feed. The problem was is she didn't really do a clip that was brief at all. She just kept talking. So,
Okay.
yeah. So the thing is, that you got 20 minutes of just going on and on and on and on and on.
You lose people's attention.
Well, if she would, I was asking her to do a 30-second one.
That's her.
She did great.
Yeah.
She might have just been
okay.
telling us what we needed to hear too, though.
You know what?
I'll post it on my Facebook.
Melvin Carter did that.
Yeah.
Melvin Carter did. He spoke out of both sides of his mouth.
Yeah.
He appealed to everybody.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He should for anybody.
Yeah. Sad.
I will take a picture
I'll
of it
look her
and throw it out on my Facebook.
Just put it on your
page, too.
Facebook. I'll
Yeah.
Look
Well, she was talking to us, and she was real friendly.
Yeah.
Her name was Dora something.
Yeah.
Dora.
Dora Jones Robertson from St. Paul Mayor, and she was real
Yeah.
nice to us. And she
Yeah.
came up to us and talked to
nice.
us, and she wasn't about defunding the cops, and she was talking about reasonable stuff. The problem is, of course, all the politicians know what to say.
They know what to say, yeah.
They know that we're not in favor of any of that stuff. So,
I mean, just ask yourself, year and a half ago, Biden was saying, oh no, we would never do that. We would vaccine mandates, or we would push that on anybody. That's conspiracy.
we wouldn't expand the Supreme Court either.
No, we wouldn't.
God, we wouldn't do that. No.
And now,
Now they're talking about
right
it.
now, you just got to be careful. Double check, do your homework, follow people, follow their history.
Yep.
Follow their history of what they've done.
Yeah.
So was this a good day, Cammie, or no?
I think so.
Was it
Yep.
good?
It was a good day.
I think it was a good
Yep.
day. All right.
Definitely.